Hello and welcome back to another episode of Home Entertainment. I'm Denisha McDowell. Joining me today is a multi-award winning entertainer and artist known for his work in Ain't Too Proud and now starting as the Scarecrow in the highly anticipated revival of The Wiz. I would like to welcome Elijah Ahmad Lewis. Elijah, thank you for joining me here at Home Entertainment.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So we'll get started. Your role as a scarecrow is such an iconic part of The Wiz. What personal elements or experiences did you bring into shaping your version of this character?
It's great that we're celebrating 50 years of this iconic production, and our creative team, Shelley Williams is our director, Amber Ruffin, who adapted the script, Jaquel Knight, who did the choreography, and Joseph Joubert and Almanae Lewis, who adapted the music and arrangements. They wanted to take a new spin on its 50th anniversary and combine the original Broadway show that was on Broadway with Stephanie Mills and combine the movie also. And I think with this Scarecrow in particular, of course, the Scarecrow is painted to be this dumb, loof, kind of stupid, because he doesn't have a brain. But I wanted to humanize him a little bit and give him a little more texture and context of, you know, telling the story and him actually believing what Eveline told him, but actually realizing at the end that he had a brain. And I mean, let's face it, he's a scientist. He
Mhm.
has the brain, if not, So I wanted to ground him a little more and just play him in the sense of, him just being very witty and off the cusp of with what came to his head first, instead of feeling like he didn't belong or he didn't have a brain in order to think. And I think the correlation with that people can connect to is, a lot of times we say the first thing that's on our brains, or, people are so uncomfortable with themselves that they're not secure in the confidence that you have in yourself. So I wanted to ground him in that and bring that to this character for this role.
Amazing. Now, The Wiz blends powerful vocals with rich storytelling and movement. What part of performing this show, whether musically or emotionally, has been the most rewarding for you each night?
All of it together. They did their big one, as the kids say, with this production. One of my favorite moments is at the end of Act One, "Be a Lion," which is originally was sing as I call it soloette, solo and duet with the Lion and Dorothy. But for this version, they made it a quartet between all four of us heroes, and it's just a powerful moment of realization that we got this. The arrangement that Lewis and Joseph Joubert did with this is pretty astounding. It's one of my favorite moments to meet every night. And also my number, "You Can't Win." What was great is that this song was not originally in the original Broadway score, but it was created for the movie, and they were able to get it cleared for us to do it for the show. And just for that song to be introduced to the Broadway stage and being able to sing it every night with the iconic originator of it, Mr. Michael Jackson, is pretty honoring. And just to be able to deliver that song every night is pretty fulfilling as well.
Incredible, especially the king of pop too. So,
You know, you know.
and the last question, The Wiz has inspired generations. Why do you think this rival resonates so strongly today? And what message do you hope audiences take away after seeing your performance?
Well, I always say that The Wiz has this universal theme. It's a universal story. The theme of finding home, finding where you fit, finding where you belong, finding your placement in the world, your placement in life. And I think we strive on a daily basis to find where home is. And home is different for everyone. Home can be the center of who you are, the core of who you are, the origin, the roots of who you are. And you know, I I always say that this show and any adaptation it had, it spoke to its decade at the time. And I think our creative team did an amazing job with trying to with reinventing it for this decade, for the new generation to come. It's great to see generations come, 3 and 4 generations come together to see this. And, I hope people take away that home is where the heart truly is. Home is what you make it. Home is, what rests for you as your foundation. And just taking away joy, this musical, this adaptation, this story is about joy, liberation, freedom, and being able to connect with self in a different way. So I hope everyone comes. I always say come with an open heart. You're going to see a different version of Wiz than you're probably accustomed to, but you'll see a lot of nuggets in there from each version. And just have a good time. There's a lot going on in the world, and theater and musical theater is here to uplift you and, to take your mind off of life for 2.5 hours just so you can feel good inside. And I think that show will do that.
And it's a perfect escape with this musical. So,
Absolutely.
yes. Well, thank you so much, Elijah. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Of course. You can catch The Wiz at Wharton Center from Tuesday, December 9th through Sunday, December 14th. Get your tickets now at whartoncenter.com. You won't want to miss this iconic production. Elijah, thank you again for joining us here at Home TV, and we wish you the best of luck as well.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching this episode of Home Entertainment.